So we're going to start by protecting your brows with a normal glue stick. We're just going to apply it to your brows. We are going to be putting latex on your eye. And the glue stick will wash right off with normal soap and water.
I'm not going to lose my eyebrows, am I?
No. This is just to make sure if the latex does get on the skin, it won't rip out your brow. Okay, so we're going to let that dry, and now we're going to do some split lip.
Yay.
Alright, moving on to starting the lip. We're going to use the Tim 2 Dura palette in Trauma. Alcohol activated. You have to use 99% alcohol or else you will destroy your palette. That's all you need to do.
So just a little spray of alcohol on the...
Yeah, the 99 alcohol on the palette, and then we're going in with blood. And we are going to give Jet a nice cut. Alright. And now Jet's favorite part, the rigid collidum. You can get it from Mayron, you can get it at any costume store. It's about $5. You definitely want to do this in a ventilated area because it does stink. And you're going to do about 4 or 5 layers on this over the cut. So you're just going to apply it right on the little red part that you did. And then as it starts to dry, it's going to cause a dimpling effect onto the skin as if it was cut open.
And that burning means it's working.
That burning means it's working. So if you're going to do this on your kids, do a little test patch on them to see if it irritates their skin first, because you don't want to, you know, hurt your kids. Well, I would, but...
And they're not your kids.
They're not my kids. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry for a little bit. So the more you put, the deeper the pucker will be. Definitely if you're doing this more than once for Halloween, try to move the location of it because you don't want to actually make a permanent indentation on your face. Because it could happen.
So I can end up with this permanent dimple across my face?
Right.
At least it'll give me some character.
This is true.
It's so funny. I can and it's, you can feel it as it's drying, shrinking to the center and puckering, creating this scarring effect. God, that's fantastic.
Alright, so we're going to do some shading on Jet's eyes really quick. So I'm just using this little palette I got from the eye mats. You can get it on coastalscents.com. It's like $20. You want to work with the matte colors because you really don't want shine on it. So we're just going to take a light brown and we're just going to matte out his eye because we're going to actually put liquid latex on his eye to make it look like it's more heavy. But eyeshadow on top of latex is kind of tricky to work with. So we're just going to set a base. Alright, so for the eyes, we're going to do Duo eyelash adhesive. It's made for your eyes, so it's safe for your eyes. So I'm just taking a little bit on my finger, about this much. Go ahead and close. We're just going to do a light coat of it. You're going to have to keep your eye closed while it dries. If you keep your eye open, you're going to glue your eye open.
And the effect that this is going to do is...
It's going to make it look more wrinkly, a little more heavy, a little more just aged, I guess.
Okay. I mean, the problem with a lot of zombie makeup and tutorials is that everyone's skin is always so smooth and clear, and, you know.
You should take a look at your bottom lip.
Let's go take a
with that gash. And that's just really quick and easy.
Oh, that's gnarly looking.
So we're just going to add another little layer of latex, or the Duo eyelash adhesive on his eyes. You could use a blow dryer to hit it if you want, but since we did such a fine layer, it's practically dry now. Open your eyes, look down, it's sticking. So it's making kind of like a gross like skin kind of on his lid.
And that's what we want.
That's what we want. we'll just let that side dry out a little bit. And we're going to get your skin tone ready.
What are you doing here? Are you going to be contouring and...
No, we're just going to give you some color.
Okay.
And then out of the Makeup Forever Aqua Flash palette, it's one of my favorite. It's just a grease paint. So if you don't have Makeup Forever handy, just do any grease paint you can get your hands on. So I'm taking a little bit of yellow. And then I'm going to take a little bit of green. Okay, so we're going to mix the yellow and the green, like so. So we're not using a lot. So you want to just make like a good yellowy, olivey, deathly kind of skin tone. So now it's mixed, it's like a greenish gray color. Kind of like a baby poop.
Oh, that's good. Baby poop. That's a good color. I don't know why I don't have that pre-mixed. My eyes won't shut.
No.
Usually they won't open.
There you go.
And it's just giving me some subtle, just...
It looks disgusting.
Does it?
Look down. There you go. Okay. So I'm just taking a normal foundation sponge. Everyone has these. You can get them at the 99-cent store. And we are just going to stipple it on his face. Alright, so we're just blending the greenish yellow tint into his skin. It's not going to be like an even finish. So the more sicklier you want it, the more color you just keep adding. Just mixing more yellow. Like the bile in your body is breaking down and getting into your skin. So it's a nice, good yellowish beige consistency. Same thing, just stipple it on where you kind of want it. Alright, we're moving on back to your eyes. So we are using just like a light matte brown color. Get all this gross eye. So we're just going all the way around. I'm just using a little fluffy brush. This one's from Chanel. I believe it's been discontinued. But any like dome fluffy brush is fine. So now we're just laying out a base to build on. And if you look close on his eyelid, the powder is making it look more kind of like rotting eyelid flesh, which we'll go back in and detail. And there's like no special technique. It's, you know, just get it on and make sure it looks nice and blended. So now I'm switching into a more of a medium brown. This is Coquette from MAC. It's kind of like a taupey greenish brown. And we are going to do this on the inside. And just kind of do one of these things. We want to get a nice good hollow point right here. Work it into there. And you can feel where your actual orbital eye bone is with your brush. Like you'll know where your eye actually is. Everyone's different.
So that's what we're doing. We're giving the illusion, we're creating depth using the natural contours of my face.
Yep.
AKA my eye socket.
Alright, moving on to more of your eyes. We are going to use Shadowy Lady from MAC. It's just a deep matte purple. We're going to kind of keep it up here on the lid and towards the corner. Like you don't want to do it in the crease too much because you don't want to make it look like a smoky eye. And then once this is all done and finished, and if you guys missed pieces of it, you can always go to Jet.
You can go to aliencyborgs.com. We're going to have this edited down probably by Tuesday or Wednesday next week, so that way you can follow along. And we'll also have a link at
cyrusmakeup.com, my website. Okay, so now we're moving on. I'm just using some liquid latex, which I got at Namie's in the Valley. So it's just normal bottle liquid latex. Halloween stores have this. You can get it from Mayron, whatever. I'm just using the clear color, not the flesh tone. And I just poured it into a little dish like this. And I'm going to use a little sponge, like a crafty sponge, whatever, painter sponge, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a craft sponge.
because you will destroy any brush you put this on. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to apply a light layer of it all over Jet's face to create a, kind of along the same lines with the, what we did to the eyelids.
In short, we're going to texture my skin. Because I had brought up to Cyrus before that a lot of the problems that I have with the makeup tutorials online are the skin is too smooth. I mean, when you're dead, once you die, the body starts to decay immediately. When there's no blood to any of the organs start to break down. And the biggest organ system on the human body is the
flesh.
Is the integumentary system, also known as flesh or skin. So when there's no blood going to these parts of the body, necrosis happens, and that's not the name of a band, although I think it is actually.
I think it is too.
Necrosis is what happens when your cells start to break down. Necro meaning death. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to emulate, or we're trying to simulate what would happen to skin as it starts to break down and die.
You definitely want to be shaven if you are, you have some hair on the face. Try to avoid your hairline because it will rip your hair out after it's dry. Okay, so we're going to let that dry a little bit.
So it's all kind of blotchy. What means that? Oh, my skin's getting tacky.
Well, because where it's already blotchy is where it's already been drying.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of start, if you want to, start moving it off the skin a little bit to create a peeling dead flesh effect, and we can go back in and mess around with the coloring on that.
So we're not going to do tissue paper?
We will.
Oh, you are?
Because we're going to do an exposed skull right here.
Oh, awesome.
But this is for the rest of your skin. So we're going to let that dry, and we're going to color in some more of your lip. So with that being said, I am just using the grease paint again from Makeup Forever. And I'm using red. And I'm going to mix a little bit of black in it. I'm going to mix that so it doesn't look like it's a black streak.
So you're going to give it some depth is what you're doing.
Yeah, a little depth.
Yeah, because nothing in the world is absolutely one color.
So we're going to kind of pale out your lips a little bit. So I'm mixing a little bit of black and white together, which is going to make gray. And then I've just been mixing on my arm, as you can see. So I'm going to mix that gray into the brownish red that I already have to kind of add to Jet's lips to give it a little bit more of like a... You don't have to be all fancy and follow the lip line. We kind of just want to make it look a little deteriorated, I guess. So now that that latex should be good and dry, we're going to go back in with the same foundation we mixed earlier. Now I'm sure it's going to be kind of hard to see on video. I'm just rubbing the face and letting the latex split open on its own. And then we're going to go back in with a smaller brush and detail the insides of it. And again, if you're going to do this on your kids, do like a little practice patch area on them. Make sure they're not allergic to latex. Those of you who say you're allergic to latex, try it out first. And if you plan on doing anything dirty on Halloween with a girl and you say you're allergic to latex, you have latex on your face, she'll know you're a liar.
Mm-hmm.
Way to cock block.
Yeah, way to cock block, bro.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the Dura palette in Trauma from Temp 2. We're going to use this color right here. It's kind of like a magenta-y color, and it's called Bruise. And I'm taking one of these little stipple sponges that you would find like in your aquarium. And this is going to kind of give a look like this.
And the stipple brush, since it's got big, wide openings, it can simulate type of like capillaries or veins or
anything.
anything.
That's some scratches. Okay, so we're gonna just leave this where we are right now, and we're gonna go into a fun part. Jet's favorite part.
This is the part where the dancing girls come in?
This is where the dancing girls do come in.
Awesome.
Alright, so we're gonna do a little section right here. So, I'm just gonna do a little circle like that, okay? So you kind of understand what we're doing. So we are going to peel all my hard work off. There, so it looks something kind of like that. Okay?
Tell our friends at home what we're doing.
We are going to make his skull exposed.
Oh, look at that! Is awesome! You see, for those of you who are peeling that back. You know, it's funny because this video doesn't give it half the details that you would see in real life, which is unfortunate. I mean, wish you guys could see this better.
Okay.
What did you just put on there?
A lot of 99% alcohol. Okay, so we're just kind of setting up a base for your little scully here. Okay, so we have a good white base going on. So now we're going to go in and make it look a little more yucky. So we're back with the liquid latex again. And we are going to kind of follow what we already did.
So you're actually applying latex around the rim of the...
Yeah, around the rim. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take little torn up pieces of tissue paper. We're just going to go ahead and lay those right on.
What we're doing now is the latex over the tissue will act as skin. Because the tissue alone is not enough. The latex kind of fortifies and strengthens the tissue and gives it the illusion of skin.
So we're going to blow dry this area really quick. You don't want to hold your blow dryer to it. You kind of want to be at a distance and just do a circle. And then it's good. So give us a second.
We'll be right back.
Back to the skull. On the inside, not the outside, the inside, we want to start pulling this latex back. And if it's still a little wet, that's fine, because it'll just give it more texture. The fun part about making wounds is there's no right way to do it. We're just going to go in and draw some veiny stuff. Now if you did a scratch, do not draw a vein through the scratch because, come on. So, let's get that skull white again. Now, when you're working with the alcohol, it will disintegrate your liquid latex, so kind of not let them meet too much. But since we're not attaching an appliance really, we're safe.
Ow. 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 What are you doing?
I'm getting rid of this piece of tissue I don't want.
Ah.
Here.
And by tissue you're talking about...
Tissue paper.
Okay, phew. You're taking parts of my flesh off.
Yeah, a little.
Beauty is pain, my dear. And zombie makeup is, well, really painful.
Okay, so again with black, red, and brown, from the grease paint.
You're just mixing a little palette on your skin also?
Yep.
So what are you doing now? You're creating depth.
Yeah, we're just creating depth, trying to make it not look like it's peeled off rubber on your head. Shadowing going on. I'm just kind of coloring the little hanging down pieces a little bit.
You leave my little hanging down piece alone. Wow, look at that, dude! I turned away for a minute and fucking... Ah. You make a good makeup.
Ah, thank you, doll. Alright. What? Actually, we're going in now with some of my favorite stuff. It's not raspberry jelly, kids. It's fresh scab.
What is this here?
Fresh scab from
Tilt it.
Midnight.
Tilt it so they could see?
Yeah, it's not like gooey pink blood.
This thing does have like the consistency of like almost jelly.
Yeah, kinda. Alright, this is Jet's favorite part.
Oh.
The red eye pencil. Look up.
Jesus.
Here we go. And then with Sugar Pill, we're doing the Love Plus, which is this red eyeshadow right here.
What are we doing with that?
Look up. Normal foundation. Getting it on a sponge. The stipple brush instead.
So we're muting back the green.
Right, because we're still giving you your skin tone. Ish.
And if it is the case, I mean, you can always go over with a
You can do
powder.
anything you want.
You can always go over with powder.
Yeah, you like that?
A little texture, huh? What are you doing now, Cyrus?
I'm just adding color here and there.
You know, quite honestly, we're not that far off from doing Reagan from The Exorcist. This is very close to Exorcist type makeup.
Kinda, yeah.
Wow. I like what you're doing there.
See, there's a method to my madness.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down there. Uh-oh, what do you got in your bag of tricks, dude?
Oh. Gloss?
So that's just regular old lip gloss?
Yep, you can use clear lip gloss, you can do whatever. I'm just doing with a little bit of a red tint. No big deal.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell. Alright. What are you doing here?
I'm just going in where the raw parts are, I guess, where we just kind of put the red.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just putting this gloss on it. Make it look like it's kind of wet. And by no means am I claiming I'm a professional special effects artist. This is just all hobby and fun.
We're learning.
Okay, so we're taking a little more dry blood.
It looks like skin is peeled back, and those are my under flesh. Ooh, powder.
Powder. Not a lot. It's just we're just doing a translucent powder. Very light, but get the Cody Airspun powder from like CVS. And
can you use regular talcum powder, or is that going to be too white?
No, it's fine. It'll go out clear.
So you can use Johnson's baby powder?
You can.
Good to know. Brains. Ew, what is that?
We're just getting
Goopy?
Getting goopy. Here's a neat little trick for those of you at home. With normal cotton swabs like this, okay, kind of pull apart, and you can make it look like fibery muscle. Well, you got fake blood on it, and it'll just do pretty much what you want it to do. Stick it wherever you want. If you want it to be a little thicker, or string it out. And I'm bleeding all over Jet.
It's okay.
Okay, now for those of you at home, yes, I see there are many holes unblended and whatnot. This is just to inspire you or give you an idea of how to do this. You don't have to do it all like this. You can do whatever you want. But now you know secret little tricks on how to lift up the skin, how to make a skull, how to do a split lip.
How to do skin peeling back with tissue and latex.
Right, so there is no right or wrong to your zombie.
We're going to go outside and take a couple of photographs, see how that looks. I'll probably mess up my hair. For now, I guess we're calling it good.
We're going to call it good.
Okay, any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and forward them to cyrusmakeup.com. No.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Or no, cyrusmakeup@gmail.com.
Yeah. Or you can go ahead and contact me at Alien Cyborgs at gmail.com. Also, check out our websites. The tutorial will be edited and up online in a matter of a few days.
Oh.
Thank you very much. For Alien Cyborgs, this is Jet Black OLANO, and this is Cyrus Douglas for cyrusmakeup.com. Happy Halloween. Peace. And we're out.
We're out.